So you're at the Disney parks and you're in the market for a lightsaber. You notice they've got a Disney parks exclusive version, and then inside Galaxy's Edge, there's the Legacy lightsaber version. Are they the same? Are there differences? Let's check them out.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Rebel Rave. I am Rob.
I'm Dave.
And today we are talking about all the differences and some similarities between the Skywalker / Rey lightsaber that you can get at the Disney parks. One of them is the Disney exclusive one, and the other one is the Galaxy's Edge Legacy lightsaber that's just come out.
Now, these are very similar, but there are some differences we want to point out. So first, the parks exclusive lightsaber came out around 2017, originally priced around $150. Now it's $170, and it's available at shopdisney.com. The Galaxy's Edge Legacy lightsaber is available exclusively at Doc Ondars at either of the Galaxy's Edge locations at either Disneyland or Walt Disney World. Now, there are some similarities in these sabers. They're definitely the same manufacturer. This was like the Disney Parks exclusive was likely a prototype for the Legacy saber, but there are some differences both in their construction and the accessories that are included. So these are based off of the Force Awakens or Last Jedi version of this prop, which is the next evolution of the Empire Strikes Back version of this prop. And a couple of the key differences would be the placement of this clamp. See, on this saber, it's rotated a little bit off from the detail on the top of this. So this was originally a Graflex 3-cell flash gun, and it came in multiple parts. So this was a clamp that connected two different pieces of tubing, essentially. I guess the toy makers, when they were designing this, the top piece got rotated, so now the clamp looks like it's off. What's nice is that for the Legacy saber, they've corrected this. If you look at it, everything's at a nice right angle, lines up as it should. This is accurate and consistent with how the Force Awakens or Last Jedi props are. Another key difference is the way blades are mounted. So you'll notice, if we hold them up like that, this one's a little thicker in this piece of the emitter, whereas this one's a little thinner. So that's actually a little more accurate. The reason being is that in order to get a blade onto this one, you actually have to remove that part.
You unscrew it.
Put the blade on, and then you screw that back on. Whereas this one, you just remove a blade plug, push in, twist, and go. So this piece of the emitter has to be bigger to accept the blade, whereas this one is able to be slightly thinner as it's also securing the blade in there.
Yeah.
So, blades. This is a Savi's 31-inch blade from Galaxy's Edge, and this looks to be about a 36-inch blade. This is what came with the Disney Parks exclusive lightsaber, and we'll get more into what they both come with in a minute.
Yeah.
So, again, for the Parks exclusive saber,
This one goes inserted like that, and then you twist, and it locks in. So you really don't need the cap. It'll stay in, but I mean, it just looks a lot better if you put this back on, twist it on, and then now you have the look.
As for the Legacy lightsaber, you line up, twist, you get a cool little activation sound, and you're good to go. So when you're ready to go back into display mode and you want to take the blades out, well, the Legacy saber, done.
The Parks exclusive takes a little bit more work. You have to actually unscrew the thing just like you did to screw it on, and then you take this little ring out, and then you actually have to push this little clear button here in, and then you twist, and it comes right out. Put the blade plug back in, the little filler plug, and then you just screw this back on, and you're good to go.
So the glass eye on this Graflex serves no function, but the glass eye on the Disney Parks exclusive, again, as Rob mentioned, is the blade lock.
All right, so what else do we have different here?
And just in terms of overall feel, we noticed that the Disney Parks exclusive version is the tiniest bit heavier. In fact, these stands, it didn't want to sit on the stand the same way as the Legacy version did. But this one still feels solid. It's not like it's a difference in quality or anything.
Yeah, I agree. I think this one, I loved, this was one of my favorite sabers for a long time because of how it feels in your hand. It's just, it feels so solid, it feels heavy. But like Dave said, this little 90 degree, or the 30 degrees off, or whatever, how many degrees off it was really kind of bugging us. So we're really excited that the Legacy one fixed that, and we actually got rid of ours. This is a buddy of ours. So another thing we noticed is a slight difference in these D-rings on the bottom. The one on the Disney exclusive Park Saber, the Disney Park Saber, is really solid. I mean, it's hard. You can't you can't really bend it very easily. However,
this one's a little less substantial. I don't think it's going to drop the saber.
No.
But it's like a thinner piece of metal. Doesn't quite feel as sturdy or stable.
So another thing we noticed on the Park Saber, the Disney exclusive one, is this little Graflex clamp that goes around here is a little darker, slightly on the darker side. You can kind of see it right there. And I honestly don't remember if it came that dark or if it just slowly over time got that dark. But just something worth mentioning. There's also a small little black square on the Graflex clamp that you see on the Park exclusive that you do not see on the Legacy Saber. So
that black square, I don't think that would be present on the actual prop. It could be there because, as I mentioned, when the top portion is turned, there would be a slight opening for how the clamp and the top piece of tubing go together. So that may have been their way of compensating for that. But it's missing on the Legacy lightsaber, which is more accurate again.
Alright, so let's talk about what comes inside the box with each of these sabers when you buy them. We're going to start with the Disney Parks exclusive one. First of all, the stand. This stand that we actually started the video with does not come with the saber.
Nope.
That one is sold at Doc Ondar's at Galaxy's Edge. So if you're interested in that stand, I think they're like 25 bucks?
Yes.
25 bucks for that stand. So let's talk about what
credits.
Credits, I apologize.
25 credits.
25 credits. So let's talk about what comes with it. First of all, obviously we have the blade. You already saw, we think it's a
36
inch blade. You have a blade plug that you can put into the hilt when you're not using the saber, when you have it in like display mode. Honestly, you can't really see much of it when it's in there. You can't even tell if there's a blade plug in it or not. One thing I did when I owned this saber is I actually drilled a hole in the back of the blade plug. I bought a little brass pin at Home Depot for like $2. And I kind of, I glued it in there. It looks really, really cool. It just gives it more of that look from the movie, you know, when she's handing the saber over to Luke. So if you want to do that, if you have this one, that's a cool little hack you can do. It also comes with a wall mount for the saber. So this is for the hilt to go, like this, the base, and then this is for the blade to kind of clip right on the top there. It also comes with a belt clip, which, you know, clips really nicely, just like that. Solid little clip, and it comes with a vertical stand. This actually is different. It doesn't feel as sturdy and, you know, metal and heavy as the other one that we have, but honestly, I still love how the saber looks on this stand.
I vastly prefer this stand over the Savvy stand, or the Doc Ondar stands rather. The only reason why I don't have multiples of this instead is because they don't sell that separately. So if you want this stand, the Parks exclusive version is the way to go.
You gotta buy the saber, yeah. And you know, I agree with you. I think displaying them vertically like this does look better, I think, than the Doc Ondar stands. We do like the Doc stands, but this one, although it's like kind of cheap plastic, it does, you know, it looks really good. So as you can see, the Parks exclusive saber does, it is a little bit more pricey than the Legacy saber, but it does come with a lot. You get a lot of stuff with it. You get a blade, which you don't get with the Legacy saber. You get a stand, which you don't get. There's a blade plug with the Legacy saber. We'll talk about that in just a second. There is the stand and a belt clip. You can buy a belt clip at Galaxy's Edge, but it is separate. All right?
Okay, so now the Galaxy's Edge Legacy Saber. What does it come with? Well, again, as we mentioned, not the stand.
Nope.
It does come in this pretty sweet themed box, though. This is the only packaging you get with it. Right, you open it by pressing the logo. Each saber has its own different sort of logo there, and it's colored based on the color of the blade. Right, mine's a little hard to open. Pops like that. You know, nice kind of little fabric bed for it in there. It's molded plastic underneath, so it can conform to the saber. Right, boom, like that, and that's how they sell it to you, and that's how you can store it if you want. Some sabers have some accessories underneath this, but the Ray Saber does not come with any accessories.
That's honestly a great display case for it if you want to just put that in a shelf, on a shelf or whatever, I think.
Now, when you're buying this, all you're getting is this hilt, this box, and this blade plug. You do not get a blade for the $129 price. At Doc's, they sell blades, either 26 inch or 36 inch for, I believe, either $45 or $50. I did not buy one because we also did the Build Your Own Lightsabers at Savvy's, which comes with this 31 inch blade.
And I love that they're interchangeable.
Yes.
That we can use the Savvy's one.
The fact that the blades are interchangeable and RGB is great, whereas, again, the Parks exclusive sabers, those blades are not RGB and they're not interchangeable or universal with all the new Legacy sabers that they're selling.
Yeah.
So when you look at the price, you would pay $129 for the hilt, right? And you'd have to pay $45 or $50. Let's say you're going full-size blade, $50 for the blade. Annual pass discounts are not applicable to the hilt. They are applicable to the blade. But regardless, let's just call that $180. So for $180, you're getting the hilt, this box, and one blade. Whereas for $180 on the Parks exclusive saber, you're getting the hilt, the blade, the wall stand, this blade plug, and the vertical stand.
And the belt
clip.
clip.
And the belt clip.
Yeah, you get a lot.
Yes. So overall value, you are getting more for your money with the Parks exclusive saber. However, with the Legacy saber, I think you're getting more accuracy and more utility with the universal blades. So now let's talk about the lights and sounds of both of these sabers. So first up, the Disney Parks exclusive. Let's hear the ignition and idle hum. Now you'll notice the idle hum comes in very harshly. You've got the ignition and then all of a sudden, bam, there's the idle hum, right? Whereas the Galaxy's Edge Legacy version fades into it a bit more. The Galaxy's Edge version is also a little bassier versus the Parks exclusive being a little tinnier. Now let's take a look at the blades. I think the Galaxy's Edge version is just ever so slightly brighter. Rob, hit the light. And at least to my eye, you can tell that the Galaxy's Edge Legacy Saber is quite a bit brighter, not quite a bit, just a bit brighter than the Parks exclusive version. The other difference in the blades is going to be their clash effect. So the Parks exclusive saber goes black, goes dark on clash. Whereas the Legacy saber flashes on clash, which looks way better and is more accurate to the films.
Yeah. Now, Dave, if you had to pick one, the Parks exclusive or the Legacy, which one would you go with?
Look, there's a reason why I sold my Parks exclusive saber to fund the Legacy saber. That clamp being a little bit off, it was irking me for a while. So, and also the idea of having universal blades is great because now I've got two sabers from Galaxy's Edge. I only need one blade. I don't need more than one blade at a time. So that's all I needed in my life. That's why the Legacy saber was for me.
I'm gonna agree with you, Dave. You know, when I first got the Parks exclusive saber, I didn't really notice the whole thing about the box being off here, and it didn't really bug me until Dave said something about it. Dang it, Dave!
My bad.
So it honestly did bug me a lot afterwards. So when I found out that they fixed it in the Legacy saber, I had to do the same thing. So I sold it and did that. Actually, something interesting I learned is in A New Hope, this little box is on the other side. So there's just little details you learn when you're friends with Dave here. So anyways, I'm glad we went with the Legacy saber. I love it. It's a solid saber, man. I love it.
Alrighty, so we hope you found this comparison of the Disney Parks exclusive and Galaxy's Edge Legacy, Rey, or Skywalker lightsabers helpful.
That's right, and if you guys picked up one of these at the parks, make sure to leave a comment down below. Let us know which one you have, which one is your favorite, which one you want to get. Maybe it's not one of these, maybe it's a different saber. Let us know. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, click the little bell so you get a notification every time we upload a new video.
Or check us out on @TheRebelRave on either Instagram or Twitter.
So thanks for checking out the video, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
May the Force be with you.
Oh, we're doing that? Okay. Oh, the box was in... There we go.
Performance issues, you know, I think 1 in 3 guys.